Dead Mountain Death Play is a contender of Best Premiere this season and Best Isekai, as the premiere left us excited for the next episode to see how they would make us like the main character and what their goal is. So let's find out as we take a look at episode 2, The New World. We start with anything but peaceful as we get some story for Polka. They were sold by their parents to the court sorcerers and lived on the battlefield until the empire they served fell, as they just wished to live peacefully. Well, I see the angle they are taking to get us to understand the main character better, and I have to say, being forced on the battlefield after being sold is a pretty convincing beginning. Then we see them take care of some children that they found serving food in a rib cage. That's dark. Eat from the bones so you don't become bones, kids. Well, they become bones anyways, as soldiers save these kids by killing them to avoid the Necromancer's corruption. Similar to Dracula from Castlevania. Quick plug, if you haven't watched that, you absolutely should. As we see Polka enacted their revenge for over a century. Yeah, that will mess anyone up, as the soldiers' smiles have turned upside down, begging to be saved. Well, Polka decided to wait for someone to kill them since they couldn't die on their own. That's truly a living hell, not be able to die, especially after decades of being alone. But funny enough, they didn't want death to be the end. So in order to live in peace, they used the hero to kill them while using reincarnation magic. That's pretty impressive to still have the desire to live after that many years and even enact a plan to live elsewhere to achieve that peace. Most people would want to accept death and just go on their way. But then we wouldn't have an anime. Well, Polka is thinking how to get out of the situation as the video footage is sent to Clarissa, who we will see in a moment. But before that, more backstory. Not for Polka this time, it's Misaki. Wow, just continuing the theme of tragedy. She watched her parents get murdered as the killer smiles and laughs. He let the kid live, so what happens next can't be a surprise. As we see Misaki getting her revenge. Misaki is a killer of killers, as she wanted to see if it was fun. Okay, pretty much up in the head, but that's normal for this show. Ending his life with a pipe in the head. I guess his head was really stuck in the gutters. So of course the only natural thing to see is if she can kill good people, or at least innocent people. I mean, that's not the next step I would think of, but I also wouldn't be in her line of business, so sound logic to me. Well, she does kill someone innocent, Polka, and since she felt nothing, she says it's better to be dead than live like that. That is until she stops, since Polka isn't actually dead. Not only is Polka not dead, neither is Misaki, as she wakes up. Well, I guess not dead isn't correct, but definitely awake. Yeah, the Necromancer did Necromancer things so that she wouldn't stay dead. As we see, she is 100% dead, and the fact that she has no pulse and warmth, becoming a zombie. Not like the Walking Dead zombies. Well, she could get her warmth and pulse back after something simple. A sorcerer just has to cast resurrection magic, says the man that brought someone back from death. Yeah, this is the proper reaction, as Clarissa initially came to get revenge on who killed Misaki, but it turns out to be unnecessary. Once Polka realizes that magic isn't a thing, they try the old, "you were hallucinating," but he got caught in 4K, so there's no getting out of this unless he starts killing everyone, which he does consider for a second. But thankfully for our characters, he decides not to, as we see the tension is cut once Clarissa is told of a fire while children are trapped in a burning building. With Polka's backstory that we now know, his next move makes sense. Go save the children no matter what, as we see although everyone's life is his plaything, he also cherishes life. Confusing. Well, that and he was burnt alive before and doesn't want children to suffer. Yeah, that's a pretty good reason. So another point for Polka being a good person. Polka goes, and this was the best scene. He's using these skeleton arms like web slingers. Death Spider-Man over here is skeleton grabbing their way towards the scene. There he animates the dead parents of the children to get them out. Well, that was sweet. I mean, it's terrible that the parents are dead, presumably in that fire, but they were given one last chance to save their child, and any parent would gratefully take that. Well, Polka got caught in 4K again using the skeletons, but they themselves weren't filmed, so we have that going for them. Dakumi is asking the questions we all are. What are their morals? Well, it seems children are fine, and anyone that disturbs their peace needs to die. So right now, not that complicated. Well, back to Misaki waking up as she's getting bullied for her lunch money. Speaking of money, Polka wants peace, and money can not only buy happiness, but also peace. So Clarissa assigned to Misaki and Takumi to take care of him, as he will now need people to help acclimate him to the city, as he works hand in hand with Clarissa. Well, they aren't actually Polka on the inside. I wonder if they'll choose a different name. Any recommendations for names? The Spider-Man scene has been thinking about Deathman, but that's pretty trash. A pretty good episode. I'm glad we got backstory from Misaki and Polka, as it seems Misaki will be a staple character. The backstories are pretty straightforward and do a good job of making you at least understand how the characters ended up that way, even make you feel a little bad for them. So an effective and tragic backstory, and now we want to root for Polka a little bit more. The swinging was peak anime, as it was hilarious and made sense for their movement. We still need a deeper dive into Polka's morals, and if Clarissa was dealing with a lot of death, then what will Polka do for money, and what shall they do once they get it? We got a better understanding of our main characters, more insight into the plot, and some cool animated sequences, as well as a new character, Clarissa, who is awesome. An incredible jam-packed episode, living up to the hype of the premiere. I hope you all enjoyed the show and video. Leave a like if you did, dislike if you didn't, subscribe for more, and comment down below anything Dead Mountain Death Play, as episode 2, The New World, has officially been disrobed.